Hello, welcome. This is Vanessa. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. Welcome to my new friends here. And welcome to today's Pick a Card, where we're really going to be looking at what is your next big win? What's your next success? What's your next woohoo? However you want to call it. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I already have some cards shuffled ready to go. We have a tarot deck standing by for further details and messages. I don't know why I was really drawn to the bottom. We have the 10 of Wands there. So a lot of you have been going through a period of struggle, and this message is very, very much needed right now. So as always, we have 3 options to choose from today. I rolled the dice, and I just kind of picked at random out of my little bag of dice. And so the numbers that came up might have significance. So group 1, I rolled a 17 for you. Group 2, Group 2, I rolled the number 4. And group 3, it was the number 5. I know it's hard to tell from the thumbnail just because the type of die it is, but it is number 5. Although the number 3 and 8 are also very prominent, so in case those are significant or you're drawn to those, or that ends up being the kind of tipping point that helps you decide, throwing that out there. So as always, take your time. You can pause the video, meditate, contemplate on the options in front of you. I almost said actions. On the options in front of you. When you have selected an option that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in the description box below. But with that, I'm going to get started with group 1. Come here, buddy. I did not think this through. Replacement. Yeah, look at that. Oh, what a good day. Okay, cool. Hi, group 1. Okay, so you guys chose 17. You know, if you're at all familiar with D&D, this would be the D20. And if you're at all familiar with like having to roll a D20 to kind of see how something goes, a 17 is generally pretty good unless the DM is sadistic and sets the check incredibly high. So, you know, 17 coming out, this reduces to an 8. That is a number of abundance. That is a number of connecting to source, to spirit. This is also a number of manifestation. This makes me think of the star card in the tarot. So you could be an Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius. August could be a significant time frame, as could the number 17. Like this could be a birthday, an anniversary, an important age for you. Sorry, my cards were like starting to tip and fall. But generally speaking, this to me, I'm getting this energy of you've had to kind of wait for something, and it's like you're again, like if this was like a check, that's a pretty high, you know, that's a pretty high roll. That's really good. It's like having to wait for something to come into divine alignment, and now it's time to like take your leap, you know, shoot your shot, and it's going to go pretty well. This may have just happened for you. This could be happening for you, but that's the kind of immediate thing I'm getting here. I rarely ever break down double-digit numbers to their digits, but we have a 1 and a 7 here, and I'm just saying that because we have 7 and then 1 was right here. This is also a new spiritual beginning, or like a brand new fresh start on your path that's in alignment with you, spiritually speaking. So let's see what you have for your cards. You have belief. I shit you not. 11, so master number coming out, but it reduces to a 2. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents, a strong connection to source. Dude, what? This trips me out. I do this all the time, but it's still cool. It's still cool, and it will always be cool. Okay. Okay, we have 24 with inspiration, the Siberian Iris. That reduces to a 6. Whoo, we have 46 with judgment, and this is a higher self card. 46 reducing to a 10, which reduces to a 1. So again, this ending of this energy of endings and new beginnings. Oh yeah, you guys got abundance, card 9. Okay, I already like this for you. We have whales pictured here, so that might be important. And King of Pentacles, you guys got a good one. This is really, really nice. I'm also noticing, I'm sorry, the camera's just slightly tilted. I'm going to try to fix this. Sorry. I know when I'm watching a reading and it moves, it like trips me out, so I don't want to go all Blair Witch Project on you. But yes, okay, so some of you could be earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn have significant earth placements. Some of you have an earth sign in your 9th house. This is good. This is really good. I'm going to tell you why. So your next big win is abundance in some way, shape, or form. For many of you, this is financial and in your career, but it's in an area where, and we're going to draw more cards in a little bit, an area where stability has really evaded you. You've had to do a lot of work. With this judgment energy and higher self, judgment in the tarot is always about doing a life review, right? You're looking at where you've been, how it got you to where you are, where you want to go, and the best way to get there. But it's also about hearing the calling from spirit, and that you have a lot of spiritual energy that's woven through your reading so far. This is where I feel like you've been scrutinizing. We have two people arguing here. So you could have been scrutinizing your relationships. You could have also been scrutinizing and getting the way that you talk to yourself or your relationship with yourself. Again, we're going to clarify in a little bit. And you've been, you know, we have this like, this little, what is it called? Magnifying glass. It's like microscope? No. Spying glass? No. This little magnifying glass. So again, you've been like putting this situation, again, whether it's internal or whether it's interpersonal, you've been putting it under a magnifying glass and really scrutinizing this to try to kind of see, I feel like, what is building you and what is hindering you, what is self-constructive versus self-destructive. And you've been making changes. We see this with 46, right? Reducing to a 10 and a 1. You've been making changes in order to have a new beginning. So I feel like first and foremost, you are getting more stable, right? Your next big win is that you have a lot more stability within yourself. You're a lot more grounded. You know, the King of Pentacles is also the masculine energy principle of that kind of grounded, stable energy. So not only have you created this for yourself, but you're able to externalize this and apply this to your work, to your home. You're able to apply this to your interpersonal relationships. You're able to help guide other people even in that same way. But it's also being reflected back to you in your, like, in these areas of your life more often, right? So it's like you created this for yourself and now it's coming back to you. It's being given back to you even more so, in addition to being able to offer that to other people. Some of you have really been working on getting your finances under control, or your physical health. And this is, whichever one you've been working on, this is about to bring you a lot of abundance in the other area of life. So if you've been really working on getting your physical health under control, not only is your physical health improving, but it's like by extension, your material wealth is improving. Some of you've been trying to, get your finances under control. And maybe this has been, like there's a link here. So it's like maybe by getting your finances under control, you've cut out, eating fast food, or you cut out going and doing like takeout a bunch of times a week. You started cooking healthier meals for yourself at home, something like that. It's like, it's that concept of how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I see an improvement in multiple areas of life here. I feel like too, in any area where, you've been in this period of assessment. And so I feel like you guys have gotten clarity on what is working for you and what's not working for you. And there's a sense of inspiration where it's like, you are now having the energy and the motivation and the drive to move forward. Some of you had to clear out toxic or chaotic people in your life who were kind of not supporting your growth. And it's like by clearing them out, by putting up boundaries, by maybe just taking a step back, there is this sense with inspiration. There's room for this to blossom. There's room for your efforts to grow, right? And again, I feel like a lot of you with belief, you're being led by spirit. You're being led by your higher self here, especially with higher self showing up. You're being led by your higher self. I'm hearing toward a new life. If you notice, it almost kind of makes me think of the cardinal directions, like a compass here. Whenever that kind of imagery comes up on a card, the same thing with like if a North Star kind of image comes up, this is where you're kind of like, you're not only moving in a new direction, but your compass is changing. What you use to ground yourself and orient yourself in your life is shifting, it's changing. We have a whale here, so some of you might identify with like the whale spirit energy. I kind of like that cosmic whale. You're being led here. There is wisdom. I feel like you guys are tapping into higher wisdom, and this is your next big win, is that it's because everybody's going to be on a different point on this journey. Some of you've just had this wake-up call, and now you have this wisdom guide that is leading you toward a more abundant energy, a more stable energy. Some of you have been making these changes, and as a result, the abundance is coming in, but you're being led by this kind of like wisdom keeper whale spirit energy. So I want to kind of clarify what this abundance is We have the Hermit. Yeah, a lot of you guys have spent time alone. Virgo energy, so more Earth. A lot of you guys have been doing the soul searching. And I do feel like this is yielding with the flashlight here. This is yielding. Like, you see how it's like, it's right in front of them. This is yielding the next steps, right? For some of you, you've been having to kind of take it step by step, and I feel like you're about to get a bigger picture here. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. So for some of you, you might have another person coming in to help you. There's again a heavy emphasis here of like a work focus. So you might be coming into alignment with other people, you know, gathering other people. Again, that masculine energy principle, being externally oriented and action oriented. You've taken the time to soul search, and now you're moving forward in your career, and it is drawing other people in, or you are going to get a chance to work with other people. But there's a sense of collaboration. There's also a sense of, you know, having more collaborative partnerships, like I was talking about with these two people fighting on this card. If you've been dealing with a lot of chaotic people, I feel like you have put up boundaries, or you've taken some significant space. And this is either, for some of you, some of these relationships will be getting a fresh coat of paint here. But for others, it's allowing for more abundant connections to come into your life so you can work with these people. I'm hearing to prosper. Let's see what else you got. Okay, wow, we have the Nine of Swords and the Moon. So we have, it's interesting coming out, we have a 9 here, we have 2 9s here, and the abundance card is a 9. So 999 might be a sign for you guys that this cycle is kind of wrapping up. But yeah, I feel like this is something where this is what you were dealing with. You were dealing with, I'm just taking a sip of water. We have Cancer and Pisces here, by the way. Somebody here might own a poodle or a poodle mix, or a, I always say this name wrong, so I'm sorry. It's a Samoyed, I think. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering the name of your beautiful dog breed. They're lovely dogs. I just mispronounce it. There's this sense here, and I want to make note, because whenever there's clocks on any of the tarot or oracle cards, I like to note what numbers the hands are at. So one hand is at 6, one is between 12 and 1, and one is at 2. So those numbers might be significant. I have a burp stuck, sorry. But this is all about fear and anxiety, but illusion. I think there's something where whatever this was, the changes that needed to be made, there was fear around making these changes. There may have been a fear with the Hermit and the Three of Pentacles. There may have been a fear of having to make changes lest it separate you from people you care about, or legitimately having to put up boundaries with people you care about, because there's a fear with the Hermit of having to really walk your path alone. So you guys have either faced your fear, or you're preparing to face your fear, and that is what's bringing in abundance. What is this abundance a little more specifically though? Nope, not that one. Okay. Sometimes I think I know what it is, and then they're like, nope, not that card. Wheel of Fortune. This is wonderful. Okay. And, whoo, the Tower. Okay, this is coming in fast. I feel like with the Two of Swords, you've been in a holding period. Again, either in assessment, you've been preparing yourself, whether you've already taken steps to make these changes, or you've made peace with the fact that these changes have to be made. You surrendered. I'm definitely getting that. With the Two of Swords at the bottom, there's this energy of waiting, right? Either you've done something and now you're waiting for the universe to respond, or you're waiting to do something, but you're making, it's like, okay, I want to make sure, because I see a lot of fear and anxiety with these two cards right here. It's like, I want to make sure that I am like totally prepared to handle the fallout before I do this. You're calling this change into your reality. There's two people falling out of the tarot, right? And there's a bunch of people depicted on the Wheel of Fortune in this deck, which is not usually the case. I feel like there's this big, what this abundance is there's like this beautiful blessed change, and I think it will be different for all of you. Like I said, heavy emphasis here on interpersonal relationships and work, finances, your physical health are the big ones, because we have so many pentacles and a lot of earth energy. But there is also a strong nod to your emotional well-being, and to the people in your life. But there's a sense here where this change is coming in very quickly with the Tower, and it's going to change things. I feel like it's going to take, because there's two people falling out of the Tower, right? It's going to take things in a totally different direction for you, and possibly like one other person that's currently in your life. And I feel like it's going to bring you closer or into alignment with people who are, because all these people here are like stretching, they're athletic, like they're doing something athletic, or they're getting ready to. People who are going to be more in alignment with your healthier choices, right? People who are with inspiration, people who are going to inspire you. Yeah, exactly. Not a joke. Judgment. An 8 of Pentacles. This could be where your career is shifting very quickly. The people you work with it's changing very, very quickly. I also feel like too, because everyone on this card is naked, and nakedness always implies vulnerability, you're going to be shifting into, it's like a night and day difference from like these like, the people in your life, whether it's, you know, you're going from one workplace to another, you know, you've cleared out a friend group. It's like you're going from your unstable foundations, your unstable habits, and because you've made this choice, either just in your energy or also supported with your actions, the time is coming that action is going to be taken in that direction, and it will be a pretty big change. But I think this will be a good change. This would be like, you know, this would be like if you were working in like a toxic work environment, and then, you know, as you kind of started to like become aware of how toxic it was, you get a different job offer, and it just like shifts you completely, very, very quickly. This can be where, you know, you decide to change something in your health regimen or routine. Or like even like start adding something in that you want. Like let's say you start doing yoga, you start doing, for some of you, you want to do aerial acrobatics. You start doing something, and then you immediately meet other people who are involved in that same thing. I feel like you're coming into collaboration with people who might do the same work as you, might like to work the same way, might have the same values as you, is what I'm getting, even though it's not usually what this card is about. For some of you, because she's painting, this can have to do with a creative project as well. Or with people who they want to put in the same work, and they want to be, they are working toward the same goals as you, right? People who value the same things as you, and people who support your stability and your healthier habits. That's awesome. We like that. What is this Judgment card about? Because I'm curious, I'm nosy. Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's something where I think you had to really look at it and say, is it worth it? I want to look at this card but not take it. 8 of Wands. And the 5 of Cups. Yeah, there's something where I think you've had this cycle going on, Queen of Cups at the bottom, where with the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, it would be this back and forth where it could be very exciting. 8 of Wands is Mercury and Sagittarius. That's a really expansive mindset. I think you'd have a lot of optimism for it, but it would ultimately always end in this defeat, this sadness, this loss, this grief, right? I'm getting here too, there's a little AV boat in the background. It's like, ah, that ship has sailed, right? There's this loss. And I think it kind of kept you in this instability, where there could be really, really beautiful moments. There's a lot of hope and promise. And then there would be these setbacks. These even could be within yourself, like I was talking about, where it's like, you know, let's say you've been trying to change your diet and lifestyle for a long time. It's like that cycle of self-sabotage. You do really well and you're feeling really good for, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, which is roughly how long it takes for self-sabotage to kind of kick in for most people. I close one eye at you. And then it kicks in, and there's a sense of shame. There's a sense of loss. There's a sense of frustration. There's something about it where the back and forth became too much to bear. It outweighed the good moments. It outweighed the pleasant feelings. It outweighed I also feel like it outweighed the difficulty of, like, let's say it's that situation where you're trying to make a change and then you run into self-sabotage. It outweighed the heaviness of those moments where the change gets hard, right? Where we have to like really commit to change. There's something about how the instability has outweighed the benefits of, you know, maybe like that freedom to like, it's like that freedom to feel like you can back out of something. The nice moments you have with somebody, it's essentially like you are becoming more stable because you are no longer accepting instability, because there's a recognition that instability is stealing from you, stealing from yourself, right? And that by engaging in instability, it's really hard to have abundance, because you can have these really beautiful moments, these really high highs, but then they end up crashing, and ultimately it leaves you right back where you started. And I think a lot of you guys have been having to get clear on that. So I want to see what belief is about. Okay, I'll take it. So, oh, this is cute. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We have Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. 2 pages. These are the child archetype of the tarot: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We had 2 other cards fly out. I'm going to look in a second. But with belief, I feel like this is a repetitive cycle. I'm looking at the carousel and it's making me think of going around and around. This has been a repetitive cycle. It's like you're going from the karmic path to the dharmic path. And I feel like what this has been really centered on is like, these may have been inner child wounds that had to be healed, right? Because again, we have 2 children, but it's like, I feel like there was always this optimism, this hope with a fresh beginning, right? Okay, I'll start again. I'll try again. Let me try it this way. This time it will be different. And I feel like this just like, you got your heart broken too many times, and now you're kind of like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. She's holding a goldfish, and it's making me think about how goldfish will only grow as big as their container. You are ready for a new container. You are growing past your limitations. And this has been a really spiritual process here with belief. This is what I mean with a compass. It's like what guides you, what helps you make your decisions, what helps you move forward is changing now. And I think you guys are learning to value like value the stability of this like tried and true, kind of like just a little bit at a time. You may have been kind of like drawn into, excitement before, and it would be temporary and fleeting. And I think you guys understand that now. And it's like, no, it's better to stay the course with something stable. It's better to put in the work little by little, right? It's better to start small and tend to something and let it grow. So there's maturity that has been gained through this process, and that's why you're growing past your limitations, like I said. These 2 cards flew out. Yeah, Queen of Swords reversed. And the 4 of Pentacles reversed. There's something where I feel like you are now, you were struggling to do this before, but you're now asserting boundaries in order to create better foundations for yourself and to protect yourself. You may have just been like really, again, like with boundaries, like these can be with yourself, these can be with other people. But it's like struggle to either like keep your promises, keep your word to yourself, struggle to say no to people who were disrupting your peace. But I see that changing here. And again, these feel like these were like inner child wounds that needed to be healed for a lot of you. So this is exciting. I kind of see what else Spirit has to say about this. Your next big win is likely some type of material abundance, but I want to see more. 4 of Cups reversed. A lot of you might be kind of coming out of a difficult emotional period, and it's just like you're feeling better, right? Yeah, 4 of Wands. Some of you are getting a new home. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there we go. We like that. And the Emperor. Beautiful. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again, and then Aries showing up. A lot of you guys, so you're making decisions here, right? I want to say we have the King of Pentacles, now the Queen, and we have the Emperor. This could speak to a partnership that's very beneficial, especially if you've been used to a lot of partnerships that made you feel like the scarcity mindset. You're holding on to things that don't really value you appropriately, but like holding on to it out of fear of what, not having anything. And you're shifting from that into the 4 of Wands, saying no, stability only, happiness only, soul tribe only, or I don't want it, right? Dream job only. And this is what's making the difference. And this is all because you're learning to value yourself. And as such, you're shifting, and somebody wants to offer you a relationship. And I'm saying this because look at the placement. The Emperor is looking right at the Queen of Pentacles, who's not paying attention. And they're holding a mug. So somebody's like here to offer you their cup. They've got their eye on you. This also could be in a work context because this is a boss kind of energy. This is like, somebody wants to make you a really significant offer. So for some of you, somebody wants to make you an offer of commitment with the 4 of Wands. Somebody wants to ask you to move in. But just in general, what I'm seeing more than anything else, heavy emphasis on financial stability, but like emotional stability. And from that, it's not super flashy or sexy when we say it out loud like that, but like emotional stability, healed emotional foundations allow us to have the energy, the focus, the drive, the peace to be able to pursue the other things that we want. If our emotional foundations aren't healed, we don't have anything to build on. That's that Tower energy. So I see this here where for many of you, what you're calling in, and this is a direct result with the Queen of Pentacles, of learning how to tend to yourself, care for yourself, value yourself appropriately. You're letting go of this 5 of Pentacles, this scarcity mindset. You're moving out of that, and you're moving into this 4 of Wands. This is happiness, celebration. I don't know, I'm getting creative freedom for some of you. There could be a really solid friendship here. You like come into alignment with somebody who just like understands you. This is a partnership, right? This is a divinely orchestrated partnership. For many of you, I'm feeling a heavy like work context here. Like you're working on a creative project that will become something that you can monetize later. But you're building an empire, because we have the Emperor and the Queen and King of Pentacles for me. Excuse my like hiccup burp. Rule the empire that is the 10 of Pentacles. So you are now building, right? You're not in this lack mentality anymore. You're not in a mentality of loss, which means you can now build toward the abundance you're looking for. So heavy emphasis on partnership, job offer, and new home for many of you. So I think that's everything that I've got for group 1 today. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor to get to read for you, and I hope to get to again in the future. Take care. Bye. Hi, group 2. Okay, so you guys chose, you chose the one that's the 4. This is the little cube, right? I feel like there is a need for stability, because as soon as I went to like do yours, I want to be like, so for some of you, box breathing, look that up. That might be helpful if you're dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety at this time. But there's like, I feel like you guys have, it's been a wild ride, and you're kind of just like, I could use some stability, like somebody throw me a lifeline. And I kind of feel that energy here. So let's see what's coming out for you guys. Wow, you have the Hierophant. There we go, stability. You can breathe. That's Taurus energy. We've had a lot of Earth energy show up in the readings. So for some of you, this could have to do with a Taurus. You could be a Taurus. This could have to do with school. Because look at all the books here too. So some of you might be overwhelmed if you're in school. Some of you might have just been overwhelmed at work. There's something that you've been committed to. And I do feel like your commitment is going to pay off. There's been a spiritual lesson through this, but I do feel like I'm getting that energy. Like it's kind of put you through the ringer lately where you're like, oh my God, somebody help. So I do feel like there's greater stability coming in after this period of, for lack of a better term, because I don't love this terminology, of being tested. Wow. Okay. Divine Masculine 22 reducing to a 4. So master number coming up here. You have Ascended Masters. I feel like with 22 helping you potentially in partnerships, because the Hierophant is a marriage card, but also helping you make decisions or like ground. I feel like they've been helping you make decisions to kind of navigate your way through this. And there is, like I said, more stability coming in. But we have the frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. I see that here too with wisdom and the Hierophant. So for some of you, you've had a guide that's been helping you very significantly through this process. And I feel like this is about to be a breakthrough moment. You have power, 31 reducing to a 4. So 4 is very significant for you guys. But this is Queen of the Night. I don't know why, I have no reason to think this, but this card always makes me think of the Queen of Wands in the tarot. So some of you could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, or have significant fire placements. Okay, you have Deceit, 27 reducing to a 9. Let's see. And you have Magnetism through Gratitude, 31 reducing to a 4. So some of you could be 31. Some of you could have just finished up your Saturn's return. Some of you, just 31 could be a significant number, but 4. So we have 4, 4, 4, 4. You have a ton of 4s. It's a tour de force. You guys are so bad. That's the worst joke ever, but it makes me happy. So I'm also seeing, I'm seeing white peonies on this card. I'm also seeing orange lilies. We have the Queen of the Night flower here. And then we have turkeys. So any of those might be significant. Okay. Oh, I want to actually pull a clarifier. So, because this is really talking about what your next big win is. I feel like you've been through some stuff, and one of the next big wins is that you are finally getting, like stability, right? Let's clarify this Hierophant. Some of you, you're finally getting some type of committed offer. For some of you, it's like a commitment from an institution. This would be like, let's say, you know, you're going somewhere for your your degree, you just got accepted to, like, some of you just got accepted to a doctoral program. But there's something where you've been putting in the work significantly and you're finally getting the offer extended to you that you want and deserve. Let's see what it says though. Some of you are getting like this huge offer of commitment. Wow, the Empress, more Taurus. Okay. Taurus and Libra showing up. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I have thoughts. And the Wheel of Fortune. Dude, this is awesome. Okay, so I love that we have a 10 here and then we have a 1, because 10s are always the completion of a cycle and 1 is the new beginning. So beautiful. There are some connections, I feel like, between this and group 1. So if you were heavily torn between the two, you might want to consider watching both. We have more lilies here, pink and white. Okay, so I want to just make mention, these two cards for me are both individually, they're both like baby cards. So for some of you, this is a very like literal, like you're, you know, if you've been trying to conceive or your partner's trying to conceive, I feel like there is going to be a breakthrough in that. There's going to be this lucky break. Some of you have been having trouble conceiving and you're going to turn to fertility support, like IVF. I was going to say IFV, but I know it's not that. IVF, and it's gonna work first try is what I'm hearing. That's just for some of you, for someone out there. But there's this sense that, sorry, my cat's messing with stuff. You've been putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort, right? You know, the Empress is always depicted as pregnant. You know, this has gestated. Maybe you've been working towards this goal for the last 9 months. For some of you, for the last 3 years. I'm sorry, my cat is just being ridiculous. Especially if you did just go through your Saturn's return and it, you know, at the time I'm filming this, and this is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming this, Saturn just transited from tropical Aquarius into Pisces a couple months ago. So for some of you, you worked on this throughout the entirety of your Saturn's return. But there's like this energy that whatever you're about to be handed, you've been working on this, right? You've been really putting in a lot of effort. You've been attracting this. You've been maybe doing like your vision board, your affirmations. You've been manifesting this. And this is finally being offered. I feel like with the path being depicted here, this is something that it's very stable. It's very long-term. It's going to be a long-term path toward a lot of abundance, right? This is going to be a long journey. And it's, my cat's ripping up a box in the other room. Sorry. This is something where the wheel is finally turning in your favor because the spiritual lesson was learned. Your commitment may have been being, again, for lack of a better term, tested. And it's like you're finally having this breakthrough, right? We also have on this card, we have 3 cups with hearts in it. It makes me think of the 3 of cups in the tarot. That's another baby card for me sometimes. So, you know, not for everybody. Some of you, though, you are getting pregnant ants, or your partner is, if that's something you've been hoping for. Congratulations. But yeah, this is something that you've been really heavily working toward. And there's a lot of stability here. There's a lot of foundational energy here. This is very blessed by spirit because you've earned it. You've really worked for it. For some of you, this is a commitment. This is a higher level commitment from somebody. What is, no, they're saying no. The Fool though. So there's a new journey, I feel like, up ahead. Oh, what's this one? I want to look at this card but not take it. Yeah, Magician, you've been manifesting. Look at you. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, so for some of you, this is a marriage. This is a proposal on its way. Or again, very high level commitment. What is this that's being offered? 7 of Cups. Okay. And the 2 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you've been having to deal with a lot of emotional I'm hearing an emotional barrage, right? Like, it's coming from all sides. There's like this elusive quality to your emotions that I think you've been battling through. And this has been to really teach you what you want and your self-worth. This has been to help you manifest what you want. I'm almost picking up this energy, especially with deceit, that you may have kind of been in this place of like, we have power here. You may have been in this place of having to deal with a lot of kind of like emotional ups and downs in the last few years, and like emotional chaos. And I feel like this is to show you who you really are and where your power is. Because look at how all these people are wearing masks, right? Except for this person in the middle who has the broken heart. This has been, so for some of you, you've just like really had to like deal with a lot of like emotional baggage in the last few years in all areas of life. And as a result, you have this Two of Cups committed soulmate energy coming through here who wants to offer you an actual commitment. I'm feeling for many of you, this is not somebody from your past, in case you're wondering. This is not somebody from your past. This is not anybody who's deceived you as well. I want to pull a card for this deceit. What is this? Probably going to pull a couple. Six of Pentacles. Somebody who was not equitable to you. Ace of Cups. In love. Yeah. Knight of Cups. So I feel like in the past, and we have the Sun at the bottom, you've been dealing in the last few years with a lot of people who may have seemed like they could have been the one, may have made you feel like they were really interested in commitment. They talked a good game. But ultimately, because like this is what you want, right? Somebody who's loving, who's communicative, effusive, somebody who is got an open heart, overflow of love for you, and somebody who believes in balance, harmony, reciprocity, equal give and take. It's like this is what you didn't get, right? And I feel like this has been to help you find your power. Like I said, there's been a lot of emotional illusion. So I feel like it's almost maybe been to this place where you're like giving up on love, or whatever this dream is. It doesn't have to be love. For a lot of you, I am seeing that here. But whatever this was that you were really committed to, you really, really wanted, right? For some of you, this is like I said, a family or like a higher level commitment. There could have been children. You know, this is like you're going for a degree, or like you're really reaching for this level in your career. It's like I really, really want it. And you had to put up with like a lot of emotional ups and downs. And I feel like it's been exhausting. Like, why get my hopes up for something that's just not it? And I feel like I'm being drawn to the Divine Masculine. I feel like that's part of the answer. Hang on. Four of Swords. This is to help you heal. To help you heal your relationship with your masculine energy, the Sun, and take back your power to be happy, your power to have what you want. Nine of Wands. Yeah, you've really had to fight for this. And the King of Wands. There it is. You could have been dealing with a fire sign. We have the Page of Wands at the bottom. Whenever I see the Page of one suit and the King or Queen of another suit, it's so funny because it's talking about how the Power card makes me think of Queen of Wands. That always makes me think of a parent-child relationship. So you could have been working through inner child stuff that needed to be healed. When it comes to having, like, finding your power to have what you want, finding your power to call the shots, right? And being, you know, being like it's the card is saying, like strong and focused on what you desire, like bringing your dreams and ideas into form, while also still remaining, you know, in your feminine energy, soft and like it's like it's kind of like this energy of creating a lot of firm boundaries around your life, firm boundaries around like being able to call the shots, saying, I want this, I don't want this. This isn't for me, this is for me. Especially when it comes to interpersonal stuff or stuff with your emotions, right? It's almost like this energy of like seeking emotional clarity. And I think a lot of you have gotten into this place of being able to now kind of call the shots and make decisions and saying, no, I don't want to tolerate that anymore. A lot of you have had to deal with, you know, with deceit coming up, a lot of falseness. We have people wearing masks. And so like there's this energy. I feel like a lot of you guys, because this person again is the only one with their mask off and they have the broken heart. Like a lot of you guys have had to endure a lot of pain. There's almost like this energy of having to always put your feelings on the back burner. And I think you've been so used to doing that. There was something here about this situation causing you to recognize like really connect with the emotions of what you want and what you didn't get, and like really connect with your emotions more clearly. And this was part of that manifestation process. It's like you were struggling to connect with old emotions in order to purge them, and struggling to fully connect with the emotions for what you were desiring. Because I feel like this is connected to magnetism through gratitude. So let me pull about that. No, but this one's a yes. Okay, I'll keep it. Yeah. Page of Wands at the bottom again. So you have the King of Swords, the Star, and then the Ten of Swords reversed. I think you're somebody who's very, very smart. You have a lot of wisdom from your experiences, but sometimes you might tend to intellectualize your feelings. And this is what was needing to be healed through this complicated process. Because there's something too, you know, there's two wish fulfillment cards in the tarot. It's the Nine of Cups and the Star. But the difference between them is the Nine of Cups is very much like a personal, like, Oh, yes, I really, really want that. It's very satisfying. But the star is like your wish comes true because it's aligned with you at the soul. It's deeper. And it can also talk about a lot of divine healing. I almost said divine feeling. The woman on the star is naked, implying that she is open and vulnerable, right? There's something about the need to heal vulnerability and the need to connect fully with all of your emotions. And I think with the 10 of Swords, you've been really stabbed in the back before. And the word deadline is here. It's kind of like it was finally time to be able to, you know, feel it in order to heal it. So I think you've been through a lot of challenging experiences that have served to try to help get you out of your head when it comes to what you've, you know, purging the old pain. Because there's something here about connecting very heavily to the old pain. This could have been from a masculine energy, or a masculine energy could have pushed you toward this more, you know, in the last few years. And by connecting to that pain, there's also like you've been able to finally purge it and heal it. And I think that's something that was missing before. And whatever is coming in for you, right? Whether this is a marriage, whether this is that job you've been wanting, you're getting accepted to a degree program, you just have a lot more stability in your life. No matter what comes in, you're having a lot more stability in your life. But there's going to be this gratitude. It's going to make you feel abundant, right? It's going to feel so satiating, right? I want to pull a little bit more though, because I feel like you guys have had to do work and you've had to create that in your own life. Okay, Knight of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing this. And the 6 of Swords. So whatever this deceit situation was, 6 of Wands at the bottom, your imminent success. Whatever this deceit situation was, I do think it was difficult. Part of what is helping to now bring this in is that, you know, because we have this kind of jump between you're purging your pain and then magnetism through gratitude. And I think part of this healing process for you has been you were going back and forth. And you finally decided to move forward, to give yourself especially mental peace, right? To let something go. You finally like felt and purged and healed like emotionally. And then the decision to go find your peace, to go move forward in the direction of your goals and your dreams and find peace in that. It's kind of like, I'm not waiting for you anymore. You know, I'm going to keep, like, I'm not going to get stuck in indecision. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm like, that's kind of the energy here is I'm going to keep moving on. I'm going to keep moving forward. If you were trying to conceive with your partner and it didn't happen, it's like you released it, right? So you felt and you purged and you healed a lot of pain. And then it's kind of like, I'm going to release this to spirit. I'm going to keep moving forward. And I'm going to go find things that I like, find things that bring me peace, find things that bring me joy, right? If this was a relationship, it's like, you know, yeah, I thought we were going to be committed. Yeah, I wanted that to happen, but it didn't. And I'm going to move forward. I'm going to find things that I'm going to find people that bring me peace and joy. I'm going to go forward in my life in a way that I feel is right. Some of you were kind of like in this sort of hesitant energy where you're sitting on the sidelines for a long time. And it's kind of like this experience, it got you to find your power. That's really what it is at the end of the day. But it got you to find your power to go after what you want, right? And to not doubt your own decision-making, your own wisdom. Hang on, I actually knocked a bunch of cards over. Wow. Yeah. Okay. The King of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles flipped over. So you could be in, again, earth sign energy. You could have been dealing with an earth sign. But it's almost kind of like this energy of I'm not going to wait around for somebody who or something that is, I'm getting one of two things. So I'm either not going to wait around for something that does not fully honor me, that's unstable for me. I'm going to create my own stability. Or there's kind of like this energy of I'm not going to lose my peace over outside circumstances that are making me feel like let's say this was you were going for a degree program. It's like, okay, you know what? This feeling of exhaustion, of feeling like tested by the universe, this is temporary. I'm going to stay stable within myself. And I do kind of see that here. So your next big win is you're getting what you want because you have kind of released stagnancy, released uncertainty, or released, you know, this kind of energy of like, why is this happening to me? Any kind of stagnancy or hesitancy within yourself, you've released it. I feel like you've been focusing on being more present and having more gratitude for each step of the journey. That's what's bringing in what you want. which for many of you, like I said, is a job, is a marriage, is a higher level commitment. And no matter what it is you've been trying to manifest, it is that stability you're looking for. So I think that's just about everything I'm seeing for group 2. I hope this has been helpful. I am so glad I got the chance to read for you today, and I hope I get to again in the future. Take care. Bye. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Ah. Hi, group 3. Okay, so you guys chose this die, and it landed on 5, but it was hard to tell when I was taking a picture of it because the 3 was pretty prominent, and so was the 8 actually. So 3, 5, or 8 could be important for you. 5 is a number of challenges and, changes. So I feel like just because of that, this is something that kind of feels elusive. I'm picking up like Pisces 12th house kind of energy where this might have seemed like a challenge, but there's actually a lot of order in it, like divine order. It's like divine illusionist kind of energy. Or this might have seemed very straightforward, but it was actually like kind of challenging, even though it didn't seem like it on the surface. I feel like you've just been kind of trying to, like, I'm picking up this energy of like, I'm going to go with the flow, but it's kind of, you had to take like one step at a time because like, I was trying to pick up your stack earlier and like the little die kept like shifting around. I was trying to get it not to move. So there's something about like trying to keep something in its place, trying to like keep something in order is kind of what I'm getting. Excuse me. So let's find out where your next big win is. Okay, wow, you have the Antarctic Pearlwort with Purity. We have 33. You know what's really interesting? Group 1 got a card with 11. Group 2 got a card with 22, and you guys have 33. So there's a lot of like master numbers showing up in the collective. I also like that it was 1, 2, 3. Like that was absolutely freaking perfect. So you might be seeing repeating 3s. 3 could be a significant number for you. We also commented on that earlier. So you could be a life path 3. Your birthday could be in March. Could be on the 3rd. But yeah, let's see what else you get. Oh, you have community with spiritual ancestors and the number 3. My little baby beans. Okay, you are what you think. We have a flamingo here, and this is card 20, so that reduces to a 2. Oh no. We have an 8 with alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemists to perform the miracles of transmutation. Yes. Okay, I think I already kind of see where this is going, but we're going to talk about it. And the Lovers. Gemini energies. We have a lot of Mercury energy going on here. Because I was like, this reminds me of the Magician, which is usually Gemini energy as well. Okay, so for you guys, I'm really drawn into alchemy and you are what you think. You guys have been on this journey. This is card 20 that makes me think of the Judgment card in the tarot. You guys have been on this journey of reevaluating all your thoughts. And because it's looking over here, particularly when it comes to who you connect with, some of you with these 2 people on the Lovers being naked, nakedness always implies vulnerability. Some of you might have a very hard time connecting openly and vulnerably. It's been hard for you to find a sense of family or a sense of community. You may have always kind of felt like an outsider or you wanted community, but it's like you could never find people who really aligned with you. And I think you've been on this journey lately of trying to change your thoughts, right? The number 3 as well is always about self-expression. And again, 5 is challenges and changes. And with 8 also getting my attention, and 3 and 5 is 8. This is, this is a connection to source, to spiritual energy, and also of abundance and manifestation. A lot of you guys have been trying to change the way that you think and speak about yourself, about others, and it's working. Just so you know, like it's working, keep it up. Because again, when I was pulling the stack over toward me, I was trying really hard to like keep the little die in place so it didn't shift away from the 5. You guys are working really, really hard to try to control your thoughts and keep changing them. Keep up the good work. Because it is working. You are purifying your thoughts. Excuse me. You are alchemizing your thoughts. I think that with the Lovers here, you are choosing to think more loving thoughts and speak more loving words to yourself and to others and about your experience in the world around you. And this is so important because, you know, this is kind of a spiritual concept that has crossover into like psych territory. But like we think about this as manifestation and alchemy, and it's very true. But this is a psych concept in the sense that our thoughts and the words we speak have a reciprocal relationship with our beliefs, right? So we think and speak in a way that reflects what we believe, and the, you know, the thoughts and the words that we are consuming, whether they come from us or other people, impact the like our further thoughts of what we believe, right? This is why how you speak about someone or a group of people matters, because it ultimately not only reflects what you believe, but also helps to shape what you believe in the future. And this is why how you speak about yourself matters, right? This changes your energy. I think a lot of you guys, this has been self-directed. Like this has been about how you think and speak about yourself, but especially I'm really drawn into the flamingo looking at the community card with relation to how you fit in with a community or like being accepted. I'm clarifying that. Yeah, Knight of Cups. A lot of you really want to be able to, it's like you're looking for your community, right? You want to move in that direction. You want to make an offer. You're hoping that the community that some of you have pink hair because she has pink hair and she has pink hair. Like you're hoping that the community you want to be accepted into wants you. Yeah, the Nine of Cups, this is all you want. It's a very simple request. Seven of Cups, but there's confusion. Six of Wands, there's a little bit of confusion about if that's going to work out for you in the long run. But I see that there's this desire, there's a recognition, and maybe some of you have kind of been doing the lone wolf thing for a while, or you always think about yourself like that, but there's like something where you are changing what you think. How so? What are the thoughts here? That was a quick answer. Seven of Swords, yeah, these are self-sabotaging thoughts. A lot of pink here too. These are self-sabotaging thoughts. Excuse me for burping. She's holding on to the Five Swords, and there's two stuck in the ground. Five of Swords is chaotic, you know, mental energy. So it's like, these are self-defeating, self-sabotaging thoughts that keep you in chaos when it comes to connecting with other people, and that keep you ultimately with a Two of Swords stuck. She's wearing a mask as well. So it's kind of this, I feel like a lot of you have struggled to very vulnerably show yourself when it comes to maybe friend groups, opening up about your like maybe connecting on like a spiritual level to community. It's like connecting about the things that really matter to you. And I feel like a lot of you have been coming into this place of recognizing that that's really like that you A, want that, and B, that any kind of blockages toward that's not really you. That's programming that was given to you, and you're working on deprogramming that. I want to clarify a little more about this though. Yeah, the Emperor and the Four of Wands just came out, as well as the Page of Wands. This is my little adventurer card. We have fire energy showing up twice, and the Queen of Pentacles. So Aries, Leo, Sag, particularly strong emphasis on Aries. Yeah, this is like, I feel like you guys are ready with my little adventurer card. You guys are ready to kind of like launch yourself into, you know, this is soul tribe for me. This can also be a divine union as well, and with the Lovers here. So for some of you, this is specifically about connecting with a divine counterpart and or community. So it's like either connecting with them and part of their community, like their family, their friends, finding or creating a community together, especially if you have kind of shared beliefs. Or it's like connecting with them, and that's really kind of like one of the first times you're connecting at an authentic, vulnerable level, and it's like coming into, you know, union with another member of your soul tribe. I feel like if this is somebody that you're in union with, you're already with them. And it's like, or you're very close to being with them. It's in the air, it's palpable, and there's kind of this energy with the Knight of Cups of like, do I accept this? Do I make this step forward? Do I believe in this, right? Because if you notice, they're almost trying to like, there you go. They're almost holding hands, but not quite. And the masculine's looking at the feminine, right? So there's kind of this energy of somebody's waiting for you. And it's kind of like, do I go for it? right? So that's only for some of you. But this is all about how you think about yourself. And again, these self-defeating thoughts with the Seven of Swords are all about like how much you're able to connect with another person. I feel like too with all the colors here, you're a very multifaceted person. You're a very vibrant soul. And it's almost kind of like, could anybody fully see me, know me, and accept me for everything that I am? It's kind of something I'm getting for some of you, because I think a lot of you have been on your own for a long time. Let me clarify this community card. Okay. Wow, yeah, 10 of Pentacles. This is beautiful. And the Three of Wands. I think a lot of you have been waiting a long time. Yep, Knight of Pentacles at the bottom for this energy, right? This could be like family. Again, if you're connecting with somebody, maybe you get along really well with their family. Maybe you could see having a family with them. But this is like you're building an empire for you and the people you love. And I think a lot of you you've been waiting for so long. It's kind of like this energy of like, it's always been off in the distance and it's here now. It's happening now. And so a lot of you are having to kind of question and challenge your thoughts. And I feel like it's working, right? Your next big win is that this is working. This is going in your favor. Things are working out the way you want. You are alchemizing these old thoughts that have been a blockage to you connecting with people further at a very deep, vulnerable level. This is beautiful. 8 of Cups. Wow. Okay. The Emperor. I feel like you've had to walk away from a lot. You've had to make a lot of judgment calls of walking away from emotional situations that weren't serving you, that didn't honor you is what I'm getting. And there's kind of this energy of like, did I finally make it? Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, you've been working on your self-worth. Good for you. And the Hierophant, right? You've been committed to finding your stability and your self-worth. What is this card? 9 of Cups, to finding what would make you happy. And there's kind of this energy of, could this be it? And I think for a lot of you, you are either this journey has now started, or you are right at the precipice, and this is why you're being challenged to really kind of like look at your thoughts again, purify your thoughts. Yeah, 5 of Swords, because I think you've dealt with a lot of people who are very petty and just kind of want to cut you. But this also can talk about your own thoughts, right? Being destabilizing, chaotic, right? We talked about that with the 7 of Swords. She's holding on to the 5. This is what you've been used to, and that's why you're holding on to it. So for a lot of you, like I said, you're already aware of this. You're trying really hard to control your thoughts, and it's working. Your next big win is that it's working. I want to know more of what this is bringing in for you. I also feel like you're, like I said, with the Lovers, choosing to think more loving thoughts. And we see this with purity as well. Well, actually, I want to clarify purity. 5 of Wands, this is like purifying that chaotic energy. That's a power struggle card for me, but I feel like it's more internal in this situation. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're choosing to just kind of like stay focused on moving forward one step at a time and doing the work and not giving into chaos. You also could have had chaotic people, in your life that like this was sort of your old energy, and you're kind of, because she's got her back to them, you're kind of just like, nope, not even going to pay attention to that, not even going to engage with chaotic energy. I'm just going to keep my eyes on my own paper here. And this is like, these coming out to clarify purity. I feel like you're putting in the hard work to really purify the energy that you are, your energy and the energy around you. Like protecting your peace and your peace of mind, especially when it comes to this new journey. Yeah, but let me find out what else are you manifesting here. King of Cups. Yeah, some of you this is a soulmate. This is your person, and you've been manifesting this. Somebody who's very open-hearted, who's very loving. The King of Wands. These are 2 great kings to come out. So this person, now the 9 of Wands at the bottom. You've been through a lot to get here. This is beautiful. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This person could be a water or fire sign, or have a combination of those placements, like in their big 3 or something. They could be a tropical fire sign and a Vedic water sign. But so for some of you, this is the person that you've either manifested, or you are manifesting, or you're manifesting getting closer to them. This is somebody who you connect with heart and soul, somebody who has very similar beliefs to you, similar spiritual values, somebody who is very emotionally open, reciprocal, right? Again, we have the masculine reaching for the feminine's hand here, somebody who wants to reach out to you, who wants to show you love, somebody who's very emotionally mature and stable within themselves. And I think this, and that's why there's kind of this energy here of like, you know what, there's no need to get chaotic. There's no need to question this. There's no need to destabilize myself, especially it's you guys controlling your own thoughts. I'm just noticing we have a 5 and an 8, so they're like showing up again. And this is who you've manifested or who you're calling in or calling closer. Because again, I think this person might already be in your life in some way, shape, or form. We also have the plane up here. So for some of you, this is really like you are getting into this energy of knowing yourself, you know, heart and soul. Being able to show up for yourself emotionally, being very grounded within yourself. Very emotionally healthy as well. You've been tending to your own needs. You also know you're like very at peace with who you are, the soul, what your mission is, what you're here to do. And this is exactly what's bringing you closer to this sense of soul community. I think intuitively you can feel this, like instinctually. And that's why you're working on challenging your thoughts or getting rid of challenging energy in your life, because you know you're with the plane about to move forward. The Hanged Man, yeah, there's Pisces. So you've been in this period of like pause, reflection, and reevaluation. I think you're trying to get a different perspective. King of Pentacles. Wow, there's a lot of mature masculine energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showing up now. You've been, and this is why, because like you've been creating this for yourself, and that's why you're attracting it in. So you've either attracted this in the sense of like a divine counterpart. Some of you need to hear that the person that you have in mind that you're like getting closer to, or maybe you just started a relationship with them, that's your person. But there's like this sense of like you have created this within yourself. That's why you have attracted this to you. You've done that alchemy. And it's very pure, right? Like this person doesn't have hidden motives or ulterior motives. Like this is a very pure thing. And it comes from the fact that you did the work. You purified your thoughts, your energy. So keep up the good work. Keep going. Because I feel like this is bringing both of you to your community. And so for some of you, this is really the energy you're in. You're getting in this very grounded, stable energy. And it's interesting that the only king missing is the King of Swords, that mental realm. I think that's what you're working through, is like getting very clear in your thoughts. I see that here with the Hanged Man. And this is what's going to bring you into alignment with other people who are in the same place, who are the same as you, right? Makes me think of that quote that, oh God, I never remember who says it. But it's like whatever souls are made of, his and mine are the same. So these are people whose souls are made of the same stuff. You have Four of Pentacles reversed. This has everything to do with opening up and being vulnerable about who you are. Because again, with the Nine of Wands, I think you've been through a lot. The Moon reversed. You've been doing a lot of subconscious reprogramming and emotional purging. You've been through a lot, and having your guard up was a way of making it through that. And I think you're coming out of that energy. You're coming out of survival mode. So, you know, what's your next big win? I think, you know, like I said, this is saying keep going, because you are changing your thoughts and changing your experience. And I think it's either this person coming in, it's a continuation of that relationship, or it's more people from your soul tribe who just connect with you very authentically, because you're allowing yourself to authentically connect with yourself. So keep up the good work, because changing your thoughts is changing your reality and your experience. So I think that's everything I have for group 3 today. I hope this was helpful. I'm so glad I got the chance to read for you, and I hope I get to again in the future. Take care, okay? Bye.